Hello and welcome to New Junction. As you've just seen, I'm in a dilemma. My trains aren't running properly, which is extremely demoralising. I've been doing a lot of DIY lately in the loft, mainly to do with the platform station, which I suppose only creates dust, but you can see what effect it's had on my previously very smooth running layout. So it was very obvious I need to step up my track cleaning game. I've always been fairly proactive with a track rubber, as and when I got stalls, etc. But we seem to be on a different level. So I've had to make a small investment, and I've treated myself to some Track Magic by Deluxe Materials. Let's hope it can help me out. Right, so what does Track Magic claim to be? Well, on the side of the box it says Track Magic is a cleaning fluid for metal, model rail and car tracks, electric contacts and wheels. It should maximise conductivity and reliability, works in low power / confined space situations, revives and protects old electric contacts and improves new ones. Track Magic works by dissolving both oil and grease and mobilising microscopic contaminants to leave a clean, conducting surface, setting up an invisible protective film against rust, wear and pitting, thus maximising the conducting surface area. That's all very nice and exactly what I need if it does what it says on the tin. So we'll find that out in a bit. So what do you get in the box? Now, this is the 50ml bottle. It's about the £10 mark, give or take. And in the box, you get obviously your 50ml of Track Magic with a little cup. You get a sponge on a stick, a nice pipette, and a fine brush used to get in all those tight places. Simple as that. Now, before we go any further, I will say that Track Magic appears to be quite a toxic solution. So I'll be donning these stunning marigolds and also wearing a face mask to avoid inhaling the vapour. That said, let's get on with the show. Now, this is my Virgin Liveried HST, upside down. And you can see, looking at the wheels, that something definitely had to be done. You can see just on this back set here how much crud has built up on these wheels, stopping all conductivity. And this is just the wheel set, so imagine that twinned with dirty track. That's really going to spoil your running. Now, just to prove something, I'm using this is the Track Magic coarse little brush, and there's no Track Magic on that, and I'm just rubbing that, as you can see, just so you can see how stuck on that is. So just rubbing alone with a nice stiff brush doesn't really do anything apart from scratch the surface. You can see it's working its way through, but nothing. It'll take you hours to clean that wheel. I'm actually going to be using the dab on, dab off method, using some cotton buds. So I'm actually going to use dab one end in the Track Magic and apply to the area, and then once it's soaking in, wipe any excess off with the dry side. And we should hopefully see some crud come off. So here we go. Into the mixture, let that soak in, dab any drips off, and just apply to the area. I'm going to be doing all four wheels at the front. I say twisting, you can already see the state of this cotton bud. Look at that. So if we turn this around, get rid of any excess on the underside of these wheels. You can see it's taken off a bit more. The bulk of it came off with the Track Magic itself. So if we put that down, and then we go back to that wheel we looked at earlier with the brush, and let's see how easy that comes off now with the coarse brush. It's definitely breaking up a bit easier. That you can see the part of the wheel where I've been rubbing. Yeah, that's cleaning up. What I'm going to do, just keep the camera rolling. I'm going to put my thumb on the wheel just to stop it rolling. Just going to have another go there, and you can see that breaking up nicely, leaving behind a nice clean wheel. And what I'm going to do is just go over that with a cotton bud. And see how much is coming off. It's actually really effective at breaking that up, and the stuff that's coming off that is horrendous. That's some real grime, and considering I thought I looked after my track, as you can see there, that wheel is now clean of any grime. Compared to the remaining other two there and there, you can really see the difference between that wheel and that wheel. What I'm going to do now is clean the rest of these wheels up. I'm going to do the top sides as well, using the smaller applicator, and then we'll come back and we'll do the track. Now the next part of the Track Magic process, once the wheels are done, is to go over the track, which is where you use your sponge on a stick. So what we're going to do is, using the pipette, let's draw up some of the liquid. Only need a small amount. Pouring it into the plastic lid. We take the orange sponge, let it soak up a little bit, and literally go over the track. And that should degrease very nicely. So what I'm doing is just going around the layout, and I'm just going through all the known trouble spots, covering it in the Track Magic, wiping them down. In fact, that train is exactly where it stopped. That's how bad you know it was. See, the sponge is getting ever so slightly darker and darker each time, which is interesting because I mean, this is all new track, but I mean, close up you can see it's already got a layer of dirt on it. It's amazing where it comes from. And of course, I'm quite up there with me track rubber maintenance, so it'll be interesting to see how how this now performs. So what I'm going to do now is go around the layout and do the bulk of the track, and then we'll put the HST back on and see how we get on. So, as you can see, my track's working and my trains are running very smoothly. So what do I make of track magic? The easy answer to that is, after doing a bit of DIY, which wasn't necessarily directly affecting the track, I had a running problem, and for the sake of buying a bottle of track magic and quite literally brushing it on, it's worked. And my track is running extremely smoothly. I'm actually quite surprised at how easy that was. To clean the sponge on the stick, I've been told it's washing up liquid in a bowl, and you get the grime back off, and then you can reuse it. But no, from me this gets a definite thumbs up, and I'll be using it more often. And only criticism, which is not necessarily a criticism of the product, it's more my own laziness, but having to manually apply it is quite a pain, just like a track rubber is, especially as your layouts start to grow. It'd be fine on sort of tricky spots, but as I've created a general mess, I've got a general problem, so I think I'm going to have to look at something to distributed a bit more automatically, maybe a CMX or a Dapol track cleaner wagon, both which would work with track magic. But no, otherwise from me this gets a thumbs up, and as always this was an unsponsored video, just a recommendation to me, so definitely give it a go if you've got track problems. But otherwise, thanks again for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Take care, guys. Bye.